Hi guys, Shaun Bryce here. Good evening, good afternoon, good morning, wherever you are in the world watching this video. Thanks a lot for tuning in. Hope you had a fantastically positive day. I just wanted to really get this off my chest. This week I'm in Peterborough on a 5-day intensive speaking course. I'm going to be going through lots of different techniques and tools throughout the week so far, but one aspect I want you just to really get across this evening, really drill into your heads, is the preparation you need to do before you get on the stage to do your first speaking gig. And from experience, a lot of speakers across the past 2 or 3 years that have been more in the speaking environment, more in the speakers industry, I notice a lot of speakers don't necessarily do the necessary preparation before they get actually on the stage in front of a live audience. It's quite surprising sometimes. I want to really give you kind of 5 key steps of what you should do before you get to that stage, before you actually start to smash that speaking gig, that one you've worked for so hard to get to. You put in so much preparation, so much time. You really owe it to yourself to really nail that speaking gig, really smash it and get your personality across, get your message across, and let your audience really walk out that kind of conference, walk out the room with that legacy, that feeling, that just that ooh inside them from the message that you've really planted inside their minds. So the first technique is actually around values and beliefs. So these are values and beliefs that for yourself first and foremost. So what's important to you as a speaker? What type of message do you actually want to get across to your audience? What do you actually believe they should be walking away with? The flip side to that then is also, what's the purpose of the speech? Why are the audience there? These are all the type of questions you need to be asking yourself all over and over and over. Even when you've got your content in place, you can just start to tweak it slightly just to get that slight edge onto the audience. It's not about yourself, it's about your audience. You need to make sure they're leaving that speech with that feeling, and that lasts. If you ask them in a year's time what your speech was about, they can just remember that feeling. Not necessarily the content, but they can remember exactly how they felt after that speech. The second point is around assumptive imagination. So before you get onto the stage, 5 minutes before you get onto the stage, even before that, 10-15 minutes sometimes, just really think about and start to visualize in your mind how you're going to deliver that speech. How are you going to start the speech in the first place? What are your first 2 or 3 lines going to be? What's your grabber? How are you going to get their attention straight away? What's your opening quote? What's your inspirational story? You really need to visualize how you're going to start and lead the speech. This leads into the third aspect, which is energy management. The energy levels which you come on the stage at, that's the same energy level the audience is going to have for the first part of your speech. So when someone introduces you to the stage, you need to be shaking their hand, running up, lots of energy, smiles, feeling great to be there, feeling very privileged to be on the stage. You don't want to be just walking begrudgingly up to the stage. Hi guys, I'm Shaun, thanks for listening. You need to really take yourself to that next level, just over exaggerate. Be in the moment. You're on stage, you have the privilege to speak and change people's lives. So you need to walk onto that stage with high energy. It has to be authentic, but high energy. So the way you can do that is to listen to high energy music before you even get on the stage. A lot of speakers that just shut down, close their eyes, headphones on, listen to some high drum and bass, jungle music, anything which really gets you to that next level, feeling pumped up. So 5 minutes actually before you go on to the stage itself, there's a few other things you need to do. So again, it's around light and shade, as they call it. So again, it's trying to experience the highs and the lows, the emotional aspects of the speech, really just trying to take yourself on that journey from start to end before you start speaking. How do you want your audience to feel? Go through those highs and lows almost as if you're in the audience yourself. Just have some quiet time. That is the best thing. That's the 5th and final step, is before you go on stage, have that quiet time. Get yourself into that state, the speaker psychology. Really get yourself into that state. Have 5-10 minutes just completely by yourself. The last thing you want to do, there's 2 actually things I highly do not recommend before you get on stage, is 1, check your phone. Never check your phone before you go on stage, because if you have a bad message from a family member, from a friend, from a loved one, that can really throw you off speaking. And the second tip is just to make sure you have at least 5 minutes completely to yourself before you get on stage, to allow yourself to really get into that state. Really get into the speaker's mindset. Really start to visualize how you're going to open your speech, what the feelings are you're going to create when you start telling your story, how you're going to allow people to finish, and that legacy you want to plant in people as you finish your speech, as you influence people, as you change their lives. So there are 5 key aspects really. You need to really get yourself into that state, that visualization process before you go on the stage and speak. If you do this, I guarantee you, and you don't forget your first 3 lines, and you do a very strong grabber, get the attention at first, high energy, the rest of it will just flow. You know your content. The rest of it will just completely flow. Keep the high energy, get yourself in a good speaker state, and nail your speaking gig. I hope you found that useful. Peace.